Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Harshita S, Assistant Professor from Department of MBA, SJBIT, Bengaluru. I'll be taking up this video 1 with Research Methodology and IPR Module 1. So I'll be handling Research Methodology for 2nd sem students prescribed by PTU. So to start with, we'll begin with the introduction of the syllabus with all 6 modules, and then we can start with the module 1 with this video 1. So to start with, in first module, you'll be learning about business research, that is introduction to business research, wherein you'll be learning about the different types of business research, process, what exactly the process steps are, like defining the research problem, formulating the hypothesis, developing the proposal, the research design formulation, sampling design, collecting the data analysis, interpretation, and then putting it into report form. And then also what exactly are the features of a good research study, what are the ethical issues which are there in the research, and research application in business decisions, because here they're trying to club both the research as well as ethical values or background of the business or any of the organization, just to make students aware of, or give them a sound knowledge about the research when it is conducted with business perspective. So in the second module, you will be learning about the business research design, that is what exactly you mean by a research design document, the different types of that, the significance, and also errors which might happen while creating the document. And also they have dealt deep into the different types of business research design documents, that is exploratory research, conclusive research design, and experimental research design. So again here you will be learning about the meaning, types, purpose, and different methods like literature survey, experience survey, focus group, and comprehensive case methods and exploratory research alone. As well as when you come to conclusive research design, what exactly you mean by conclusive, that is you have two types, that is descriptive and causal, that is experimental. So again you'll be learning about the different types of descriptive research design, that is being cross-sectional and longitudinal. Coming to experimental research design or causal research design, its meaning, the types, formal and informal being, and pre-experimental design, quasi-experimental design, true experimental design, and statistical experimental design, because basically these are the different types in your causal or experimental design. And then third module being about the sampling, be it sampling methods, sampling types, the concepts of sampling, right? So sampling, you'll be learning about different types of sampling, that is basically probability and non-probability sampling, simple random sampling technique, systematic sampling technique, stratified random sampling technique, and cluster sampling technique. And then non-probability sampling, you have convenience sampling, judgmental sampling, snowball sampling, quota sampling, and also errors in sampling methods, right? So this is what you have. And coming to fourth module is about data collection. So what do you mean by primary data types, secondary data types, different data collection methods like observation, survey, interview techniques, questionnaire design. And coming to questionnaire design, you have meaning, process of designing questionnaire, quantitative and qualitative techniques of data collection, secondary data sources, what are the disadvantages and advantages of those, measurement and scaling techniques like basic measurement scales, nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, ratio scale, attitude scale, Likert scale, semantic differential scale, Thurston scale, and multidimensional scaling, non-comparative scaling techniques also. And they will be handling case studies as and when the chapter demands or the module demands, right? So fifth module is all about data analysis and report writing. You have already collected the data, you have to analyze it, interpret it, and write the report. So how do you do that? By through editing, coding, classification, tabulation, validation, analyzing, interpreting. Interpretation again wholly depends on the knowledge of the researcher about the subject or the research study which he is carrying out, right? And again report writing and presentation of reports, it again depends on the hands of the researcher, because how well he can write the report which he has interpreted, right? Different types of research reports, report structure, content, what is the importance, significance of report writing, and how do you effectively write. For effective documentation, what are the different guidelines or steps to be followed? So those also you'll be learning over here. And then a sixth module, that is intellectual property rights. You'll be learning about the meaning, concepts of intellectual property, nature and characteristics of intellectual property, origin and development of intellectual property, kinds of intellectual property, IPRs, invention, creativity, intellectual property rights, and the importance of those IPRs, and a brief summary of patents, copyrights, trademarks, TRIPS, that is trade related aspects of intellectual property rights, and TRIMS being trade related investment measures, and all these. Geographical indications is also a part of your module. So this was about all 6 modules which are prescribed for your research methodology and IPR subject. So we will start with module 1, and we are in video 1 of this RM, right? Coming to research. So what exactly you mean by research? Research is a formal, structured, systematic application of scientific method to the study of problems. This is what is given by Gay, Mills and Edison in 2009. And also it is structured fine, because you have all those parameters, processes in line or step by step. Systematic study, yes, which uses again scientific method aimed at learning new facts, whether it might be testing ideas or to solve managerial problem or to solve any of the issues, right? Again, you can put it in other words like it is a systematic collection, analysis and interpretation of data to generate new knowledge and answer a certain question or solve a problem. So this is how the meaning of research is being defined as or conceptualized as. You can put it in scientific method, systematic method, again it has to solve the problem, right? See, the Advanced Learner's Dictionary of Current English lays down the meaning of research as a careful investigation or inquiry, especially through search for new facts in any branch of knowledge. And also you have one more definition given by Redman and Mori, wherein they tell that research is a systemized effort to gain new knowledge. Some people consider research as a movement from the known to the unknown. It is actually a voyage of discovery. Yes, we all possess the vital instinct of inquisitiveness. For when the unknown confronts us, we wonder how we are going to overcome that, right? According to one of the other economists like Schlesinger and Stephenson, in their Encyclopedia of Social Sciences, they define research as the manipulation of things, concepts or symbols for the purpose of generalizing to extend, correct or verify knowledge, whether that knowledge aids in construction of theory or in the practice of an art, right? So according to Clifford Woody, research comprises defining and redefining problems, formulating hypotheses or suggested solutions, collecting, organizing and evaluating data, making deductions and reaching conclusions, and at last carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they fit the formulating hypothesis or not. Right. So this was about the different definitions given by different economists or business people, and yeah. So next we will go to the exact definition of business research. So business research is a process of acquiring detailed information of all the areas of business and using such information and maximizing the sales and profit of the business. Such a study helps companies to determine which product or service is most profitable or in demand. The general purpose of business research is to help an organization's stakeholders make appropriate decisions. Gathering relevant data in various ways helps executives understand their target customers and organize the company's operations in ways that maximize the chances of improving customer satisfaction. What makes people to undertake research? It's a question of fundamental importance, right? The possible motives for doing research may be either one of the following, like it might be a desire to get a research degree along with its consequential benefits, or the next being desire to face the challenge in solving the unsolved problems, that is concern over practical problems, which also initiates the research work. Probably other point might be desire to get intellectual joy of doing some creativity work, and desire to be of service to society. Yes, this is very rare to get. And desire to get respectability. Yes, obviously, because see, when you are in a survey or a research process, you tend to get deep into the unknown knowledge or unknown expertise area, wherein you tend to contribute something to that particular area, or you feel like you will have that inquisitive nature, right? But this is not an exhaustive list of factors motivating people to undertake research studies, because many factors such as directives of government, employment conditions, curiosity about new things, desire to understand causal relationship, that is relationship between an independent and dependent variable, that is causal and effective variable, social thinking and awakening also might be the reasons for an individual to go for the research. But once you have started the research, it is like you tend to go much more deeper, right? So research methods, research methods are methods or techniques that are used for conduction of research, which also refers to the methods of the researchers, right? And there is a slight difference between methods and techniques. Like when you compare methods and techniques, you analyze historical records and methods, but in techniques you record content analysis, or you record notes or tapes or film listening and analysis, and you analyze documents and methods, but statistical compilation and manipulation will be there in techniques. And it will be non-participant direct observation in methods, observational behavior study in techniques, participant observation, interaction recording, and you have this questionnaire methods, personal interview, focused interview, group interview, telephone survey in methods. Whereas in techniques you use interviewers, which you take the scales across for statistical analysis, and also you come across case studies for the different methods, whereas cross sectional collection of data in your techniques method, right? So that was about the research. So next, moving on to the several types of business research. So what exactly are those? We have this market research. So what do you mean by market research? This type of research aims to gather information about the target market, including customer preferences, needs, and behaviors. It involves studying market size, segmentation, trends, and competition as well. So, market research can be conducted through surveys, interviews, focus groups, observations, and data analysis. Next, coming to consumer research. So, consumer research basically it focuses specifically on understanding consumer behavior, motivations, attitudes, and perceptions. It helps businesses to identify target audiences, develop effective marketing strategy, and design products or services that meet consumer needs. Techniques used in consumer research include surveys, interviews, ethnographic studies, and customer feedback analysis. Coming to product research. So, what do you mean by product research? See, product research it involves studying and evaluating existing or potential products or services. It aims to gather insights on product features, quality of the product, pricing, packaging of the product, usability, and customer satisfaction, which is much more important for a market research individual. This research also helps businesses make data driven decisions about product development, right? And it might be with enhancement of those also, and also optimizing the situations or conditions. This was about product research. Next, coming to competitive research. So what do you mean by competitive research? This type of research, it mainly focuses on analyzing the strength, weaknesses, strategies and market positioning of their respective competitors of that particular region or area or industry, or even for that matter market. So it helps businesses understand the competitive landscape, identify opportunities for differentiation, and develop effective marketing and competitive strategies. So competitive research involves analyzing competitors' products, pricing, marketing campaigns, customer reviews, and even market share for that matter. Next, coming to financial research. So, what exactly is financial research? It focuses on analyzing financial data and performance metrics of a business. It includes assessing profitability, financial ratios, cash flow, investment opportunities, and financial risk involved in that. So, financial research is often conducted by investors, financial analysts, or organizations making financial decisions. Next is the operations research. Operations research aims to improve operational efficiency and decision making within a business. It involves analyzing processes, logistics, supply chain management, inventory management, and resource allocation. So, this operations research uses mathematical modeling, statistical analysis, and optimization techniques to identify ways to enhance productivity and reduce costs. So, this was about operations research. Next, coming to feasibility study. So, feasibility study is conducted to assess the viability and potential success of a business project or venture. It involves analyzing market demand, financial projections, operational requirements, and potential risk. Feasibility studies help businesses make informed decisions about pursuing or abandoning a particular project. Yes, that is there in the feasibility study. So let us just think of what might be the reason or differences between your research and scientific methods that can be applied. Right. See, for a clear perception of the research meaning, one should also know the meaning of scientific methods. The two terms research and scientific methods, they are closely related. How? Research, as we have already stated, it can be termed as an inquiry into the nature of the reasons for the consequences of any particular set of circumstances, whether these circumstances are experimentally controlled or recorded just as they occur. Further, research implies the researcher is interested in more than particular results. He is interested in the repeatability of the results and in their extension to more complicated and general situations. On the other hand, the philosophy common to all research methods and techniques, although may vary considerably from one science to another, because here we are relating research and science, is usually given the name of scientific method. So, according to Carl Pearson, the scientific method is one and same in the branches of science, and that method is the method of all logically trained minds. The unity of all sciences consists alone in its methods and not its material. The man who classifies facts of any kind whatever, who sees their mutual relation and describes their sequences, is applying the scientific method and is a man of science. So that is what they are trying to explain. And again, the scientific method is thus based on certain basic postulates, which is again scientific term, which can be stated as it relies on empirical evidence. Yes, it utilizes relevant concepts. It is committed to only objective considerations. It presupposes ethical neutrality, that is, it aims at nothing but making only adequate and correct statements about population objects. So, population here refers to the entire target numbers wherein you are going to pick up your samples, right? It results into probabilistic predictions. Its methodology is made known to all concerned for critical scrutiny or for use in testing the conclusions through replication. It aims at formulating most general axioms or what can be termed as scientific theory. Thus, the scientific method encourages a rigorous, impersonal mode of procedure dictated by the demands of logic and objective procedure. So, accordingly, the scientific method implies an objective, logical and systematic method which might be free from personal bias or prejudice, a method to ascertain demonstrable qualities of a phenomenon capable of being verified, a method wherein the researcher is guided by the rules of logical reasoning, a method wherein the investigation proceeds in an orderly manner, and also about internal consistency. So this was about a touch up or understanding of the concepts of the meaning research in general and in business perspective. So in this video 1 we have covered about the research meaning, its definitions, and what are the different types of researches, right? So in next video 2, we will be learning much more about the different kinds of research methods. What do you exactly mean by research methodology? Thank you.